Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome to our CSS training session. Today we will talk about a very important CSS property borders. With CSS borders you can add unique styles and designs to your HTML elements. So without wasting any time, let's start today's session. The first thing to consider when setting a border is the border style. It determines the appearance of your border. There are several options available such as none, solid, dotted, dashed, double, group, ridge, insert and outside. None, this means no border will be applied. Solid, this create a continuous solid line, and dashed, a dashed border is created with dashes appearing on all sides. And dotted, a dotted border consists of small circular points. Then double, this style create two parallel solid lines. It is a group and then it is a ridge. The ridge looks something like this, then insert looks something like this, and outside looks something like this. The next property is CSS border width. The border width defines how thick the border is. You can set this in pixels, EMS, or percentage. For example, if you want a border that's 8 pixel thick, you can write border width 8 pixel. Let's look at the border style with an example. I will copy this code and paste it here for you. Here we have set the border width to 8 pixel and the border style is set to solid. Now, I will change the border style a bit. Instead of a solid, I will dashed. This will give a dashed line around the border. You can also change it further. For example, I will set it to double, which will give a double line border. For example, if I change it to 2 pixel, the border will become thinner. You can see the border looks thinner now. If I change it to 70 pixel, the border will appear much thicker. You can try this out to see the difference. Let's talk about how to set the border color. You can set the color in various ways, such as using named colors, hexadecimal values, RGB, or HSL values. For example, in the previous example, we set the border width to 8 pixel. Now, I will simply add the border color property and set it to blue. Look here, the color has changed to blue. I can also change it to green. For example, I will choose green. I can set any color using modern colors. If you want to write everything is one line, you can use the border shorthand property. This allows you to specify the width, style and color of a border in a single line. For example, instead of writing separate properties, I can simply do this border 4 pixel solid red. This will create a 4 pixel solid red border. The shorthand method is widely used because it is simple and concise. Now let's talk about individual borders. You can set different borders for each side, top, right, bottom and left. For example, if you need unique border for each side, you can write. As you can see here, the border is 2 pixel for on the top, 3 pixel for on the right, 4 pixel for on the bottom and 5 pixel for on the left. I can copy this from here or I can also write in this way. For example, as I have written here, you can see how it is done. This is how you all arrived at this point. Now, let's talk about rounded corners, which can be set using the border radius property. If you want uniform rounded corners, you can simply write border radius 10 pixel. This will apply a 10 pixel radius to all corners, making the border rounded. For example, I will copy this code and apply it. Its border will become rounded. You can see how the border radius property works in action. Now I have increased the size of the main content and you will see the change, and I set content to 20 pixels and you can see that it has scaled and become rounded from all sides. Then I increased the border radius to 20 pixel And now the border width has also changed. For example, if I set the border width to 8 pixel, you can clearly see the change. It creates a thicker border and makes the corner more rounded. If I want different values for each side of the border, I can specify them individually. For instance, I set 10 pixel for the top and the bottom and 20 pixel for the right and left. Let's do another example. I set 30 pixel for the right side and for 50 pixel for the left side. I also kept the top at 20 pixel and the bottom at 30 pixel. As you can see, we can use different values for each corner to customize the border's appearance. The border radius property allows us to set unique design for every corner in a flexible way. This is our overview of CSS borders. Borders may look simple, but with creative use, they can make your page look stunning. If you have any question or want to learn more, feel free to ask in the comments. Keep smiling and happy coding. Thank you.